Hello, I just wanted to record a short video for you to remind you of some rules for subtracting integers. So I created 4 questions for us to take a look at, and I'm going to go through them step by step just to give you some reminders of how we subtract integers. Several students are still struggling with this concept, so I think it's important if you are struggling to watch this video, and even if you feel pretty good, just get these quick reminders about how to subtract integers. Now I do want to remind you that I suggest rewriting any subtracting of integers problems, and integers are just those positive and negative numbers. I do suggest rewriting those as addition problems. That way we only have one set of rules to remember, which are those for adding integers. So as a reminder for you, the first number or the number preceding or in front of the subtraction sign is going to stay the same. Your subtraction sign is going to become addition, and then the number that follows the subtraction sign is going to become its opposite. So in this case, positive 45 becomes negative 45. And this negative 78 plus negative 45 expression is equivalent to the original expression of negative 78 minus 45. Now, our rules for adding integers say that if the signs are the same, we find the sum. So that means I'm going to add 78 and 45 together. And you can see I did this off to the side. 8 plus 5 is 13, leave the 3, carry the 1. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 1 more is 12. So we get 123 for our solution. But if we add 2 negatives, our solution will be negative. So our final answer is negative 123. Let's take a look at number 2, negative 58 minus negative 61. Again, negative 58 is going to stay the same. Subtraction is going to become addition, and then negative 61 is going to become its opposite, which is positive 61. Remember that this expression is equivalent to the original expression. Then we can follow our rules for adding integers. Here the signs are different, unlike our previous question. When the signs are different, we find the difference. So we put our bigger number on top, which is 61, minus our smaller number, which is 58. We could probably subtract these mentally, but I did show the borrowing here. So borrow 1 from the 6, make it a 5. This 1 becomes an 11, so we have 11 minus 8 to get 3, and 5 minus 5, of course, is 0. And that makes sense. To get from 58 to 61, we add 3. Our solution here is 3. The one thing we want to do is make sure our answer is positive and not negative. Our numbers are negative 58 and positive 61. 61 has a greater absolute value than negative 58, and since it's positive, our final solution will be positive. You can also envision this on a number line. Negative 58 is going left 58, and then plus 61 means we're going to the right 61, which is going to have us ending up in positive territory. So it would be positive 3. All right, number 3. This is kind of a strange example because we have a positive minus a negative. So we have 18 minus negative 49. That 18 is going to stay the same. Subtraction is going to become addition. I'm going to catch up to my words here. And then our negative 49 is going to become positive 49. So this problem is a whole lot easier to do when we rewrite it as addition. And one of our word problems we're going to see in class, if we haven't already, is where we do have a positive value minus a negative. For example, if we're subtracting the highest elevation in a town minus the lowest elevation in a town, if it's below sea level. So this is equivalent to 18 plus 49. We just add those numbers together. That's going to get us 67. We added 2 positives, so our solution is positive. Sometimes I'll have students say, well, shouldn't it be negative since 49 is bigger and it's negative in the original problem? Well, that would be correct if it were an addition problem, but those rules only apply to addition problems. Since we have 18 plus 49, 2 positives add up to give us a positive. Our last example, negative 27 minus 43. The negative 27 is going to stay the same. Subtraction is going to become addition. And positive 43 becomes its opposite, which is negative 43. So negative 27 minus 43 is equivalent to negative 27 plus negative 43. Since the signs are the same, we're going to find the sum. That means we're going to add 43 and 27 together. That's going to get us 70. And because we added two negatives, the sum of two negatives will always be negative. So our final solution is negative 70. Again, I do strongly suggest you're going to get to the point where you don't have to rewrite subtraction problems as addition with negatives. But for right now, our first foray, our first trials and first times working with subtracting of positives and negatives, I think it's a really good idea to rewrite the problem as addition and then use your adding integers rules to find your solution. Thanks for listening.